Meteorologist Bill Seiko back with us. What are we looking at here?
It was summer throughout Northeast Ohio today. 80s, Mansfield to Cleveland, a little shy of that in Akron, Canton. But Rob, with the summer-like air comes a potential of severe weather here in Northeast Ohio. And that severe weather potential still lingering a little bit this evening. That severe thunderstorm watch still in place for most of our southern communities around the Route 30 corridor and points south especially, but does include Medina, Summit, Portage County, and this goes to about 4 a.m. Will it go that long? I don't think so. The storms are kind of weakening as they do move further eastward. So we saw a lot of lightning over the last couple of hours from this storm as it did move into parts of the News 5 viewing area across Richland and Ashland County. Notice the lightning tracker going down precipitously over the last several frames. So we're only about 5-6 lightning strikes currently right now. Still some gusty winds a possibility. Severe thunderstorm warning now includes Stark and Summit County. This goes until about midnight tonight. So I think once we get past all of these, things will be much quieter for at least the foreseeable future. So still some severe thunderstorm warnings in play for parts of Medina County, Summit, Stark, and down into Tuscarawas County until about midnight. The warnings for Wayne County and parts of Holmes County should be expiring in the next 10 minutes or so. And then once this passes through, I think we'll see a little bit of a lull with regards to precipitation for the second half of the overnight tonight. So storms were starting to fire late this afternoon, early evening. Didn't really impact too many of us here in Northeast Ohio until about 8-9 o'clock tonight, and then that line continues to push eastward, but it continues to weaken as the atmosphere is kind of stabilizing a bit, so that is some good news. So a lot of folks will be at least encountering some lightning for the second half of the evening hours, but once we get past the main line right now, I think a lot of it will be sub-severe. So that is some good news as a front still lies towards the south and west, bringing a little bit more potential of some rain after midnight tonight. Temps cooling down greatly around Mansfield. We're at 62, 67 in Ashland. Still a decent amount of 70s for most of us late this evening, so the air is still pretty warm, and winds outside of any thunderstorms still pretty potent, about 30 plus in many areas out towards our western communities, and it's going to be pretty blustery again for the second half of the day today through the day tomorrow. So temps eventually getting closer to 60 late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So still well above average, and many locations, unfortunately, not staying above average for much longer. A lot of those temps 60s right now across parts of Indiana, 40s and 50s towards the north and west of that cold front. And we're going to be looking at a lot of that cooler air, especially for the middle part of May, lingering for the next 4, 5, even 6 days here in Northeast Ohio. So late this evening, a couple of showers and storms still maybe on the feisty side through the second half of the evening. A couple more storms potentially along the lake shore, but most of that should remain below severe limits as temps get closer to 60 tomorrow morning. Still a bit more of a breeze, and then once we get into the afternoon, temps really struggling. Only about 60 to 65 for most of us for the end of your Saturday. A couple more showers, maybe a rumble or two of thunder, but a lot of this should be well below severe limits, and a lot more wind still lingering through the day on Sunday as temps getting much closer to 50 to start off the second half of your weekend, and numbers really not going up much. I don't think we'll see 70 for a good long while. A lot of lower 60s and upper 50s. Rain chances still kind of on and off, especially by the middle part of the week, so we'll probably need the jackets and maybe the furnace again through the end of the week.